Hello there, everyone. The Entrada here, and welcome back to episode 37 of our Project Architect 2 Let's Play series. For today, we're getting a little weird. We're diving into the wonderful world of turning meat or ores into meat and then processing them to get extra ores out of it. So, yeah, industrial foregoing ore meat process. Let's dive in. What's large, gray, and doesn't matter? And irrelevant. Welcome back, my friends, to another wonderful day here in the world of the Entrada, where I've turned off my bamboo machine over here because, well, honestly, don't need it anymore. Don't need it anymore at all. And it'll help with some lag that we've had going on. I'm going to leave that one running, though, because it does get me diamonds and Heart of the Sea and stuff. Not that I need it. I guess not that I need it at all, do I? Yeah, I really don't anymore. I don't need these trades to go on. That was to get us EMC, and we don't need that. So let's get rid of lag, right? Let's free up some space in our system, in our overall system. Love our energy orb up there, by the way. Anyway, today what I'd like to work on, kind of might seem redundant to some of y'all and kind of pointless, but it's something that I've been wanting to do for a little while, and that's get ore processing set up. I don't know if it's necessarily redundant or pointless because, okay, I can kind of see where some of it is. Ore processing itself, not that processed. Taking our raw ore and then smelting it up so that we have the ore available to us, like copper or whatever, in the millions of copper and stuff like that is, I think it's a good idea because, as we start to get to more and farther in the pack, it's going to require more and more of these things. So having a massive backstop makes us more efficient in the long run. Because this raw copper, we can't really do anything with this other than smelt. And if we have to wait for things to smelt, it slows us down, less efficient overall. So I want to get ore processing going. And yes, I understand in this pack, the raw ore has EMC. So I could just take it, stick it onto a furnace and let it smelt. But I kind of want to take a look at two different things really quick and see what it's all about. So the first thing I want to take a look at is this red matter furnace from ProjectE. It's been, I swear somewhere I saw that these things double ores just by putting them into the furnaces. So I'm curious to know, is that the case? And since we have the red matter available to us, I want to know if that's true. Does it double up and everything like that? Because if that's the case, that kind of sort of solves our problem. But at the same time, I also want to know, or I want to look at ore washing from Industrial Foregoing, and turning our ore into ore meat. And yes, it sounds absolutely disgusting, and that's because it is. And is it efficient? No, it only doubles our ores going through this process, but I want to do it anyway because I've never done it in a playthrough. I did it in my mod spotlight of Industrial Foregoing, but I've never actually utilized it in a playthrough, so I want to. And I know, yes, I could easily do this with Mekanism, getting a purification chamber, some oxygen, and do it that way, but this is unique, and we've never done it, so I want to. So we're going to check both of these out. Even if the red matter furnace does double, I still want to go ahead and take a look at this and see, what it's like. So let's go ahead. Let's grab some iron ore, I guess. Sure, we'll take half a stack, because if we end up with a full stack of ingots, we know that it did double. And it looks like we need some fuel. Now, how about an infinite fuel? Will that work inside of here? Can I put this in there and not have to worry about it? And it just uses my EMC? Yes, that is the case. It does look like it's doubling too, just by having it in here. Well, not quite doubling. It has an increased chance, it looks like, but it's not doubling. That's for sure. So let's get guaranteed doubling out of it then, I need a red matter pickaxe to break that. I think I happen to have one, right? Yeah. On top of that, this part's a pain because you have to have, special tool to break your machines and everything if you want to replace them. Okay, so with that being said, red matter furnace, cool. Easy to set up, and you have a, 1.3%, 1.33% chance of repeating. I don't know. I'm making that number up, but I want 100% chance of doubling. Could we go 5x with Mekanism by turning these into their blocks? Absolutely. Not going to do it, though. All right, so let's go ahead and teach the system how to make some things. Washing factory, we're going to need one of these. We are also going to need some pink slime ingots. We have pink slime available to us, so we just need to put this into a dissolution chamber. We're also going to need more patterns, so I might as well grab those. Patterns have EMC? I don't know why I never noticed. I mean, I'm sure I did notice that long ago. But yeah, patterns, EMC, great. Okay, what were we doing? So that was the washing factory. That was a pink slime ingot. We're also going to need to get ourselves a meat feeder. These are standard crafts. These are dissolution chamber. I'm saying that for my benefit, not your benefit, because I will forget that that's what that was set up for. Acacia log, sure. EMC is there, so it's not like it's a big deal. And then we need this, and then a pink slime is going to be a glass pane in pink slime. And we get water as an output. Man, that's kind of annoying. I would like to, I guess we're going to have to set up a trash can to void that. I don't want that water at all. So yeah. Anyway, so let's go ahead and we'll have to take care of that. We'll get a fluid trash can and then put it on the dissolution chamber on the backside or whatever and have it void any liquids. So fluid trash, that's you. Also has EMC, so we can just go ahead and learn it. And how about regular trash cans? Do we have EMC? Let's grab the ultimate trash can. Let's grab a energy trash can. Sure, we'll learn that. And then an ultimate trash can, and then we'll learn that. So that way we have all of them available to us, and we don't have to worry about it. Okay, so let's go ahead, pop over to our machine room, and let's take care of this portion of things really quick. So we just need to go ahead and place the fluid trash can in the back, and then your fluid output, I don't want you to, I mean, I guess technically it should be able to push in because we have water. I wonder, though, because the water's full. Let's test this and see. Let's test it and see. Let's go ahead and go over here and put these into here. And let's say I want that pink slime ball. And let's grab 10 of those. Sure. Are you not going to work? Yeah, enabled. Enabled. Why? Why no go? Wait, where did I put those recipes? That's why it's not working. I put those in the wrong spot. There we go. Now go. Okay, so yeah, look, the water is just getting pushed into the system. Okay, so I guess we don't need the trash can. We might need it for other liquids. I don't see us ever running across other liquids really, though. So it's not that big of a deal. So these are fully upgraded. This is tier 4 add-ons, so there's nothing else we can do to speed this up. Though Industrial Foregoing, there is Soul something in here from Industrial, or Industrial Foregoing Souls, which I believe acts as a tick accelerator. I think I should probably look into that, right? Let's look at a soul laser base, soul surge, soul pipe. I don't know what any of this does. What is that? Industrial Foregoing Souls. Indust Souls. Okay. Yeah, that's the only things that come from this. I'd kind of be curious to see what that is and how does that work. I'm assuming it needs regular lasers. Something I need to look into. Anyway, okay, so now we should be able to go ahead and request ourselves a washing factory. We should be able to request ourselves a fermentation station. And you know what? We might as well request 10 of them because we're going to need 10 ultimately. 1 for each material. So 9 more of these. Then we're going to want to get ourselves fluid sieving machines. And we're going to want, nope, not you. 10 of those. And then we're going to need furnaces to smelt the end byproduct up. We could probably just grab ourselves netherite furnaces. Do we want to use netherite furnaces? And I mean, honestly, we could use a netherite furnace with the infinite fuel, and I wouldn't even have to worry about giving it power. I don't think this is going to go super duper, like ridiculously fast. I guess we'll kind of have to see. Yeah, we'll come back and see. Anyway, so let's go ahead and grab one of these. And I wish this fluid sieve was ready to go. We're waiting on you, and you're slow. So let's go ahead and speed you up. And still waiting on fluid sieves. And there we go. Okay, cool. Might as well just grab the rest of them while we're here. Washing factory, and there we go. Okay, so with these things plus furnace, we should be able to automate all of these. There's 10 total. Where we're going to put this, I have no idea. My setup here has become completely borked, I guess. Initially, this is where all that was, right? You know, but where it's going to go now, I have no idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, I guess I could do it here, but these have to be 1, 2, 3, at least 4 blocks high. 1, 2, 3. I'd be bumping into my stuff up there, which I don't want, especially since I already have stuff here. So can't do that wall because there's already stuff there. Do we need a new house? Can I do it on the back side of this? Get rid of these trapdoors and just do it back here. I mean, heck, even if they have to go into the ground one, that's not that big of a deal, right? Okay, sure. We'll put it all here. It doesn't. Man, I also need EMC links. Okay, yeah, no, we're gonna need room for this. Let's go find a new house to take over, or somewhere that we can get this set up. Somewhere decently sized. Are you used? Yes. Are you used? No. Honey house not used. Honey house, welcome to the family. You are going to be our ore meat processing location. Let's demolish you. Excuse me. You were not supposed to get broken. Just go ahead and break you. Break all of you. Break you. Vein mine it all. Get it out of here. We don't want you. Wrong one again. Really? I want that stripped spruce log, please. Thank you. Okay. Now everything else. I got a little too excited with my thing. All right, give me a sec. Let me pick up my ores again. I wanted to keep them on hand so I know which ones I've done. Okay, there we go. A little bit better. All right. I guess along this back wall, really, honestly, it does not matter terribly too much. We're gonna have to get some power over here for our or not power, applied energistics. If I really wanted to, I don't even really have to. Let's just get going and see how this is going to work. Okay, so first bottom, we'll start bottom up. All right, netherite furnace is where things are going to go. And with the netherite furnace, on top of that, we're going to have a fluid sieving machine. Let's go through the process of this, right? So the first thing that we're going to do is use a washing factory. We put raw ore in there. It's going to give us liquid meat. It's also going to give us raw ore meat of whatever it is that we put into there. And we get 100 millibuckets of that, right? From there, we can take that 100 millibuckets and turn it into 200 millibuckets of fermented ore meat. We take that fermented ore meat and we sieve it with some sand, and we get dust. And then that dust can be smelted up just like anything and smelted up into stuff, right? Nothing too complicated with it. So we need a total of 4 machines, right? We're going to need a fluid sieving machine. We're going to need a fermentation station. And then we're going to need a washing factory for each of these, like so. So the process is going to be moved down. And then above those, I mean, honestly, I don't see why not. We can go ahead and grab some EMC links. And I don't think that we need anything super duper complicated. We are going to need multiple EMC links, though. So we might as well grab that because we're going to need some for the sand that needs to go into the fluid sieve as well. So with that being said, let's go ahead and place an EMC link above, and then let's go ahead on in here and clear out config of everything. And my only major concern is the meat. If this builds up, will it stop working? Does it void? I don't quite know. That's going to be our only problem. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to set everything except for the top for our input. We want to pull from that EMC link, and then all of our output. Meat is not going to go anywhere for now. We'll see what we need to do with this. But we're going to go ahead and push. Now, is there a copy card? Industrial copy? There is. Machine settings copier. We're going to grab one of those too, so I don't have to do this all again. So that takes our input, brings everything down into our fermentation station. You are going to... You're not sealing anything. Oh, okay. We can 5x stuff if we put ether gas in there. Okay. Now things are changing, right? Now we're learning. Okay, so let's go ahead and we want the top to be the input on this. So the raw ore meat's going to come into here, and then that's going to go push to the bottom. But the catalyst input, so we need to get, let's get a, so we do need applied energistics out here so we can push into this, because we're going to want to have cable pushing into this. And if that's the case, technically I really wouldn't need the EMC link either, would I? I could just have applied energistics push. I could have a, because I don't have channels, so it doesn't really make a difference. I could have just applied energistics push into each of these. Okay, let me get a wireless link set up over here, and we'll be right back. Okay, in theory now, this should work. So we have a wireless connector here, cables run outside, and stuff set up for each of these. So we have our fermentation center or station. It is set to get gas from the air from the back, right? Gas is coming from the back. Then we have our fluid sieving machine, which is set with an output to have sand come into it. So now all we really have to do is configure the output on this guy, and we should be good to go. Let me grab some dark oak planks really quick just to fill in this hole that we have going on here. Bam. So if I go ahead and I demolish this for a moment, and I come out here, and I figure out where in the world I am, I come over here and I say, okay, I want you to export lead. And you're exporting as fast as you can into that thing. What we should see immediately start happening is lead coming into here from the back, okay? And it doesn't need to push. Lead is going to come into here. Perfect. That's what we wanted to see. And I'm going to go ahead and push lead into the system, and I'm going to clear it off of my to-do list so that I know that I've taken care of lead already. So lead's going to come into there, then ether gas, then fluid sieve, and then finally netherite furnace. So we can grab, for the netherite furnace, we can grab an infinite fuel and throw that into there, and we won't ever have to worry about giving it fuel or anything like that. And we could even grab a speed upgrade from this mod so that it goes faster. Now, the netherite furnace itself is going to need configured, so let's go ahead and clear all, and you're going to input from the top, right? You are going to push your output to the bottom. Everything else gets cleared. You allow sand from the back. Why do you push sand? Oh, because I hit push. That's fine. All right, you're going to allow sand from the back, and then your input is going to be on the top because the fluids, the fermentation station is going to output to the bottom. Okay, cool. So that should theoretically be everything set up. The only other thing that we need to do is now get power into this. Now, getting power into it's going to be kind of tricky, but I believe modular routers can help us out here to get power transferred into these things wirelessly. So with modular routers, there is the energy distributor and energy output and energy upgrades and things like that. And those, I think, are what I want to use. And specifically, I want the energy distributors, right? Because that's going to distribute energy. So I want those. So let's go ahead and teach the system how to make an energy distributor module, which is going to require an energy upgrade, which also requires whatever this thing was, an energy output module. Okay. So if I grab those and I teach the system these, this should theoretically be everything I need. Energy upgrade. I need an upgrade to be able to store the energy. And then I need this. And like other machines, oh, not 1,000, geez Louise. Can I store more than one? Is that going to be beneficial to me? I don't quite know. So what I want to do is go ahead, I'll offset this by 1, or even put it into the ground here. And maybe not there because I need to get a flux point onto it, and that's centralized. Or how about here where there's no cables? Yeah, how about that? Let's go ahead and get a flux point. Pop that here, and this is going to be our ore meet process, which just sounds lovely on the output network. Bypass limit, even though you're not going to use that much power ultimately. Excuse me. Thank you. We're going to place the modular router down here, and then we're going to give it the energy upgrades. Okay, so it took 10 energy upgrades. What if I give it more? I don't know. I don't know. How many can this thing hold? Is 10 the max? Is a stack the max? A stack is the max. That just allows it to have a higher buffer. Okay, good. Good to know. So now, in theory, I should be able to just come over here and say bam, bam, bam. Pop this into here, and it should, there we go, start filling these up with energy. Now, I don't know if we'll be able to keep up, I guess. I mean, that filled those machines up very fast, didn't it? I think it did. So we should be okay. All right. So why aren't you doing anything? Is lead not something that I can ore meet? No, it is. Oh, raw lead plus liquid meat. Duh, that makes sense. You need meat. You need to have the meat go into this. I had that backwards. I thought it generated meat, which I thought was a little bit weird. No, I need to have liquid meat go into this. Duh, the Andrada. But that shouldn't be terribly too difficult to do either. We should be able to handle that, honestly, straight from here. So it shouldn't be anything too complicated. We just need to go here and say liquid meat. Export that into there, and then we just need to say liquid meat input is from the back, and then that should dump liquid meat into there. Bam. Good. All right, so now it is doing its thing. So what we should see happening, we have lasers. I believe the lasers can be gotten rid of if you get the muffle upgrade from this, muffler upgrade. If you don't want to see the lasers, you can go ahead and throw, why did I do that? You can throw this into there, and it'll hide the lasers. Yeah, look, no lasers now, so we don't have to worry about seeing lasers. And it should be doing its thing. Okay, so you're getting liquid meat. You're doing the thing. You have raw ore meat and ether gas. It takes 300 seconds, but you're not doing anything. Oh, when full. When a bucket? So when it has a bucket of this raw ore meat, is it going to start doing its thing? Okay, now it starts doing its thing. Okay, now it does take 300 seconds for this to do it. However, we can speed it up with upgrades, of course. Speaking of, let's go ahead, Industrial 4. I think that's, yeah. We can go ahead, let's see, that's 3, 3, and 3, at least to speed these up for now. Then once that finishes that process, it's going to 5x it, so it's not like it's that bad. It takes 5 minutes to do, though. Geez, that's a long time. Not going to take, except for the fact that power is going to be an issue, but we did speed it up. So we can go ahead and get the efficiency and the speed. Okay, that made it go significantly faster, actually. So then that comes down here. That gave us 5 buckets. So yeah, that's a 5x process of the ores. Then it comes down here and it smelts it up into its ingot. And that's the process. And then from there, honestly, I could have another router pull from these and then dump into a interface if I really wanted to. We could have that handle that. Yeah, that's not a bad process at all. And that's 5xing. I didn't realize that was going to be able to do a 5x process. So we can go ahead and do this. And then that's this. And is that? Yeah. It's processing 5 at a time. Okay. Because it's doing this. I was like, man, that's also 5xing, which is crazy. No, it was just processing faster. Okay. But yeah, look, there we go. Now, yeah, okay. The timing was just weird. It wasn't moving. But That's pretty good, guys. Pretty good. Now for this, my biggest concern is this not sending enough energy to those? I don't like that bounce. Is there another way we can go ahead and upgrade this? Like if I were to get speed upgrades, would that help? Let's grab 9 speed upgrades. Can you then transfer the power faster so we don't have? Yeah, there we go. That's it. Perfect. Now we don't have a bounce going on. And if we take a look down here, we can see how much power are we using? Not even 80 RF per tick. That's pretty darn good. It's pretty good, guys. Pretty good. So with that being said, now the only thing we have to do is get the stuff out of this guy, which should also be easily handled. We can grab ourselves another router. We can grab ourselves an interface. Or we can even, honestly, we can grab ourselves an ender chest because we have an ender chest available to us. Let's go ahead and grab this modular router, and then let's grab a distributor. And the distributor module we can set to pull into it instead of send from it. So we can do this. I can go ahead and say right here, I want the ender chest to sit. Then I'm going to grab a sender module. I do need one of those. I don't need to be using wireless, but it doesn't hurt. And modular router can go ahead and sit right here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and say distributor module and sender module. You are going to transfer into the router from there and then pull. However, I think because I set that as the output, transfer into router. You should be pulling from that netherite furnace and then sending to the chest. Why aren't you? No. Oh, apparently I had set it to the side. Whatever, not a big deal. But now it's going to pull those out and then push them in. And all I have to do from modular routers is grab stack upgrades and speed upgrades. And we should be good. So stack and then speed. So it does it faster. And that's it. Bam. Look at all that. We can even get a muffler upgrade on that too. We'll teach the system this actually in a minute. So then we don't have to see those. And there we go. Everything's done. We can even actually, if we wanted to, from routers, there's a camouflage upgrade. That's you. And we can camouflage it. I think if we do it like this, or do we do that first? Then we install it. And look, now it looks like a diorite block. Pretty cool. So we do that, and then we install it. And then bam, look, everything blends in. You can't even tell that those are there and they're doing their thing. And we have ore processing. We have tons of lead processing right now, essentially. Our bottleneck here appears to be the fermentation station, which we can't really do anything about, right? We've got this max upgraded. There's not much we can do with it there. But that's okay, because once it's done, every time it finishes, we get 5 ores. Could we put the, what's it called in the, what are they called? Could we put the ore directly into the furnace and it probably be faster than this? Absolutely. I mean, yes, absolutely we could, but it's not as fun. So yeah. Anyway, so with that being said, the only other thing I would like to make is the machine settings copier so I can see exactly how this works. But as far as I know, it should be fairly self-explanatory. So we're going to go ahead and set... Okay, so actually what I would like to do is grab this. I want to make sure that you are going to pull from the front. So that way I can void these. There. So now I don't have to worry about it. So then that way, if I set this up here and then I set a sieve, fermentation, and then washing. I set the sieve, fermentation, and then washing factory. And then I go, hey, Copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. Now they all should have the exact same, except for the fact that the catalyst input should only be from the back. There we go. Copy. There. Something like that. Yeah. You're copied. Oh, okay. I have to clear it every time. So it would be prudent of me to set them all up at a time, and then I'd be able to get everything done. Okay. But now that works. Okay. I like it. So yeah, I can just get the rest of these set up, and then we have all of the ores being processed, and we're doing pretty good. Yeah, like I said, it's redundant. It's not 100% not needed. We can make this a lot easier on ourselves, but it's something we've never done, and I like doing new things, spicing up our life and everything. So anyway, if you enjoyed today's episode, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate it, and it really does help out the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. We will see you in the next one. Have a good one.